episode 6 of the
What's Your Own Podcast?
Your Own Podcast. And I am your humble host, one of them, Rocco Crisis. And to my left,
Hey, Corinne. She Chef Keisha, aka Nacho Mama Punch. And
That's your boy to say made you win the building.
welcome everybody once again. And Misha, can you please give us our itinerary for the day?
absolutely, we're going to start off with a follow-up to our last, I believe it was episode 5 that we discussed the firefighter, the retired firefighter that was gunned down. So there are 2 suspects in custody. We'll be doing the follow-up to that story. What we doing? Phone? We did it on phone? Okay. On episode 4, when we discussed the hits on the firefighter, the retired firefighter. Also today we'll be going over can't make this shit up. The shit CPD do you truly cannot make up. And then we'll be following that up talking about how to live in this COVID world. Like, we expected this to be 2 weeks, now it's been a year. So let's get into some of the challenges that we're all facing and do some community bonding. So kick us off, Keish.
You sure it ain't the cell phone towers?
I'm sure.
Ooh, 5G.
5G fucking us up.
Oh,
Every day, all day.
Let's get to the news.
So today is just a follow-up of Mr. Dwayne Williams, the retired firefighter, the lieutenant firefighter, retired, that was gunned down in Morgan Park on 117th and Western. They do have 2 suspects in custody, so kudos, yay! Believe me, the other 2 gonna be in custody soon, because they gonna sing, because bitches snitch, so that's what happened. But it's fucked up because you got a 15-year-old and 19-year-old in custody for killing a grown man.
15 and 19.
A 15-year-old and a 19-year-old.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
For killing this man, which they are saying is a botched robbery, which I don't think it was. Me personally, I think it seemed like more to me like some other type of stuff, but hey, I mean, if that's what they want to call it. But I'm glad they got 2 of them in custody. The other 2 will be coming soon, cause believe me, they gonna tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely
15.
gonna listen.
15.
You better run scared when they put that bread on your head.
15
Cause
years
they
old.
got 30,000 after you out there.
35,000.
35,000. You know folks will give you up for that, so you got that coming.
And
But
that's what premeditated, then.
Yeah, because they knew what they was gonna do. And then the thing is, the people, it ain't even gonna, I don't think it's gonna be somebody on the outside that tell. It's gonna be the 2 that they arrested that's gonna tell the other 2 people, because they like, shit, we ain't finna do the time by ourselves, fuck y'all.
But then also it's gonna come out who hired these little kids.
Hold on, that ain't even
That's the real
But
thing.
you know what? Oh, before I forget, they feel like, they think that these kids have also been doing other robberies too. So there's like, this like robbery type like group or something that they called it that been doing robberies. So this is possibly not their first one. So nobody probably didn't send them. It's just what they wanted to do.
They killed this guy and didn't get nothing.
They killed him and didn't
He
get
was
nothing.
shooting back. They was trying to get somewhere. He was getting them that work.
And left a shoe in the middle of the street.
That's how they got
And I
caught.
still,
Probably so. That's probably how they got
how
shot.
you jump out to do a robbery with your shoes untied?
Come on, fam.
And you just say he's
CPS failed us again.
Or your parents. Or your parents.
You gonna do a robbery. Remember the guy that took his son on the robbery?
Right. His shoes was
You
tied.
failed as a father twice.
He wanted to be no
You
cookie.
should have told him, you gonna do it.
But that also goes to too, because if y'all watch the video and you see him shoot back at him, the guy in the black instantly falls to the ground trying to run, but you can't run with your pants down. Sorry.
So, more practical reasons to stop showing your ass, right?
Sagging. Niggas backwards, a bitch in the penitentiary is what it actually means. So I'm just saying. Keep on wearing the pants, showing your ass. I'm just saying. It's what it is.
Keep on wearing. I told you, quotable. They come.
Keep at it. Keep at it. So we're thinking more so robbery because these kids apparently have like a group that they're part of instead of the hit. Because a lot of people have been talking like assassination, you know, hired guns. So we're saying maybe not.
Nah, this is something that they doing. They believe that they are potentially a part of this group that go to just rob people. And that shit is sad as hell, especially at the age of 15. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rest of your life is gone. Now you're finna spend it in the penitentiary with the other dudes.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely gonna get it maybe.
And what year were you born if you're
30
15?
years.
2005? So somebody born in 2005 is gonna spend the rest of their life in jail.
exactly.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Y'all ass gonna see 21 in the penitentiary. It's insane. But I'm glad they caught their ass though, because like we were saying, somebody
broad
knew
daylight, wasn't it?
broad daylight on camera.
Because anybody could have got hurt. A child younger than them.
They said that man frequent that popcorn shop on a regular basis. So the people inside the popcorn shop possibly knew who he was, possibly by name, if he frequented that much. And it's like, you know, when you used to going somewhere and the people are used to you, it's like, wow, why? You know what I'm saying? So for them to see that, and the way is, if y'all ever go to if y'all ever see the popcorn shop, on the side it's windows and on the front it's windows. So they, as soon as he come out and he turned that corner, the people inside the popcorn shop could see these people these boys turn this corner and shooting. Cause the windows are the big windows. They go all the way around the side. I've been to the popcorn shop before, so it's like, but it's sad. It's sad as hell. But I'm glad they got that.
Sad indeed. And CPD, thank God for them doing their job, getting those two young men in custody fast. But sometimes they drop the ball, don't they? Cause you got something for us.
Oh man,
they making this shit up.
I want to say this first. That guy was a firefighter, so whoever killed him wasn't gonna be out here long anyway.
You're absolutely right.
That's true.
Yeah.
They were gonna go over and beyond for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and he just brought us down. Swing us back around.
True story. So really it's not a credit to CPD, it's basically because saying like y'all dispense all the resources for people in high ranking positions in this city anyway. So let's talk more about how y'all be dropping the motherfucking ball. Hit us with it.
Man. Here we go with the can't make this shit up.
Can't make it up.
CPD all day. Check this one out. Okay, this happened a couple years ago. The repercussions of it. Here we are. Because the body cam came out. See, what body cam tells the story.
More than 14 at that.
Pay lips to say anything, but that body cam, the police raided the wrong house, caught on body cam video, making the mayor have to go back and apologize.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Auntie Lori.
Miss Anjanette Young was laying in her crib, doing her in the evening time with her clothes off.
Birthday, sir.
Chilling. Doing what she about to think is her thing that she probably do every night around this time.
Hello, massagers.
Then there's a knock on the door. She had to actually put a little robe on to go see who is this interrupting my me time. She get to the door and lo and behold, it's some people.
Did she have on the robe? I don't think she had on the robe. She was butt
Wait a
ass.
minute, hold on. That's a whole nother story. I gave credit somewhere with. Why would she answer the? Well, hold on.
She didn't
answer the door. They busted in.
They rammed it in.
Yeah.
So they bust in her crib.
And she came to the door like, wait!
While she was tickle bitty and they're all around the crib. They grab the lady, brings her out the house.
No, take her to the house.
I'm talking about initially. No, she was laying there.
But ass naked, police.
And to execute a warrant and the name on the warrant, she's telling them, hey man, that person don't live here.
You got the wrong
You got the wrong place. Nobody by that name live here.
Didn't she say she lived by herself?
Repeatedly. She said I live alone.
And she was naked.
Wasn't trying to hear it. She even asked them, can I at least put something on? And they wouldn't let her do it.
She asked him to see the paperwork for the warrant too. They ain't never sure that either.
She is a social worker by trade.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years.
No more.
No, she's supposed to retire.
Yeah.
She's about to retire.
Oh, CPD.
Off the city.
Oh man. And she says, under the pretense, she is still dealing with the traumatic dealings of this to this day, 2 years later.
She ain't no paid leave yet.
They didn't disclose that. But she may not be on paid leave, but she gonna be paid soon.
I hope she get every
You know what I'm saying?
But the dignity of, can you imagine being in your house as a woman and then there are 7 men, you just butt naked and now you in cuffs, like on some, you might feel like somebody finna take your cookies or whatever, badge or no badge, because y'all clearly don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all clearly incompetent and immoral. So I don't know what y'all about to do to me. She's crying, screaming like you got the wrong house. She said, I don't break the law. I follow all the rules just listening to her. I watched it a couple times. It's horrible.
And then they put a blanket on her for the 3 seconds that it was on her and it slid back off, and they didn't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just sad because that could have been my mom.
Stripped her of her dignity, and if she would have acted up, it'd have been a cap in her ass before anybody could figure out what was going on.
She would have been tased.
She went tased. That's the fucked up part.
You can go on ABC
Oh,
Chicago.
you gotta watch it because it's very disturbing. It's really sad.
That poor lady just
And you see
screaming,
video.
she just screaming like, "Oh my God!"
I follow the law. I live alone. Crying.
She's an older lady.
She about 50.
Yeah,
But no woman went
and
to
it's
call
so
butt
sad.
naked.
And then she's naked. Like y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Just the embarrassment alone. You know.
The embarrassment of knowing
Yeah.
that you did nothing wrong.
And they got your whole naked body.
Then
on
you're
your camera.
telling them they got the wrong person, and they still disregard all of that.
Yeah, they did.
Then you hear when they go to the car, like, apparently it wasn't approved. He was like, the other one was like, fuck you mean not approved? He was like, well, not officially approved. How did that happen? Yes, that's what you hear the cops saying when they go outside. It's on the
That's why they couldn't
video.
show up paperwork for it.
Talking about some, apparently, and some of the other one was like, what the fuck? He was like, well, I guess it wasn't. You guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
so guess y'all
So
finna.
they have over.
I know that.
They have 14 or more body cams for that, which is a good thing
So
because
14 officers there?
it was a lot
surrounding her, all
of
these white men, and it's just this naked black woman crying.
Yeah.
Strip her of her dignity.
A robe, a towel on her, nothing.
They had with
They put a cover on it, fell off, and they try to put it back on.
So
I mean, it was never secured, and she just begged like, "I'm standing here naked. I'm standing
they
here
ain't let the
naked."
lady get a T-shirt or nothing.
And then finally, a female police officer comes in and takes her to the back, and she changed. They bring her back out, put her back in cuffs, like
Still wrong house.
still in cuffs. And by now they know they're
No
wrong.
white shirts came at all.
I didn't see one on that video.
No, not on that video.
And the cold part about that is under the pretense, her being a black woman, we have a black female mayor
And that same age difference.
difference.
So it didn't
She can't let that just ride.
Oh, it's not gonna just happen. Not without
She
you.
can't.
Yeah, she about to fry all of them.
She finna do them, and she part of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Oh, she covers too many doggone boxes. She covers too many boxes.
Yeah.
They're finna get it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, they finna get it.
And 2 years for it to even reach the news. Like, she been trying to get her story out there unsuccessfully for quite some time.
Yeah.
Like, it just got to the news, and now.
I heard about this before. Like,
It
But
happened
there
in
ain't been no outlet
February.
for her to get it.
It happened in February of 2019.
But there is now. You have the What Your Own podcast. Any of y'all out there with these type of stories that need your information put out, hit us in the inbox.
We got you.
Hit us in the inbox. We got something coming to y'all also
That would be nice.
at the new year. We have something along the lines of one of our black patrons doing stuff in a positive light that ended up CPD. Flipping on him too. We got that coming to y'all. We're gonna let y'all know and roll out for that interview later on.
Absolutely.
So these are the things we want to bring to the community and let them know, yeah, we here, y'all.
Right.
We here.
Yeah.
We here, Joe. So all of y'all who want to be heard with valid, let them disclose incidents that went on, you know, and you want your story told, man, hit us in the inbox. We'll definitely reach out to you, have a conversation with you, man, and we'll definitely get your story out.
Cause who would have been your first call? Like, now they done left, they put a broom up against the door, you've been violated in all these ways in the middle of the night. Who's your first call?
You mean like who would have been my first call as far as like family wise or friend wise?
Yeah.
Oh, I first of all, I'm gonna need a white shirt. I'm gonna need your boss, and then your boss's boss number one.
I know exactly.
So I would have called my mama.
I know
Right.
exactly who I'm calling.
Cause that's the trauma. Once they all leave. Now you just sitting there alone with your thoughts and what you just been through.
Oh yeah, I would have called my mama, my brother, like, cause I got my Uncle Walter. Yeah, hey Uncle Walter. Yep, I hit him up too. Yep.
Yo, I know what I'm calling. I know exactly what I'm calling. This dude right here. Greg L. Smith, attorney at law.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's my man's. Been my man's for 20-some years. From the first time I got bogusly rounded up and put on some charges, he got it all knocked off of me. Sent me home not guilty. Been my man's ever since. So that's exactly, he already done put the disclaimer in, man. Anytime anything happen with you and anything in blue, shut up, call me. I don't care what time of day it is, what time of night, hit me and let me get there.
So after your attorney, who would you call? Because you will be traumatized.
Yeah, you are. I mean, after the tears, shit.
Ain't nobody in the house with you when it happens. So you want to call somebody over because like, goddamn, my dick been out for 20 minutes.
Right. And it's cold.
Major trip.
And it's cold.
Major trip.
And it's cold. You know, right. Tell you then, man, I'm finna be emotionally distraught. I got a soul under that. I'm sitting up there. I'm gonna call a person that be looking at it every day when I get out the shower. I gotta call my girl, baby, come up here, man. Embarrass me. It's a travesty of justice. Look at what they got me out here on.
Come up here, they embarrass me. I would, oh my God.
Yes, baby.
Baby,
come over here and restroke my male ego.
Oh,
Lord Jesus, fire.
Yeah.
Say who you calling if that happened to you. Then now they going out your house, you finally got something covering your private.
You need somebody to say it's okay, baby.
Because Sherrod is calling his boo.
I'm sure.
With him still out.
Hell yeah.
calling my mother.
Yeah. Well, we know who they're calling.
Yeah. And after that, I'm calling the alderman office. That's the second call.
Facts.
Alderman office.
It's gonna be open at 3 in the morning.
Oh, it's gonna wake up.
They must know it's 3 in the morning. You can even message
Right, the time they stamp that bitch. Right.
Because I'm gonna give you my lawyer number.
No, hold on. But the lawyer might not pick up either.
No, he gonna
call. Listen, you call and you leave that message. They gonna have a timestamp of what time you call, so they gonna be able to validate that it just happened.
Right.
So when they open in the morning and you call again, they gonna go listen to your message.
You must get alderman connections.
Hey.
We might know somebody.
So what would be your defense?
Because the alderman office is the last place I would think to call on the instant.
That's smart on the.
That's why I said, cuz got some hookup. Hey, you gotta hook up some way.
The aldermen are there to protect the people in their community.
Yeah, but he can't go get that door open. My lawyer can get that door open though.
Call them both.
You gotta call both.
Call everybody.
Listen, cause look, I guarantee if she would have called the alderman probably would have called some of the community activists in the area.
Andrew.
Along with them and the lawyers, this story would have been out. Like
True story though, because I don't recall even hearing this story.
No.
And that's why you right, because it needed. I don't know. I wouldn't call it all of it, but what I'm saying is the story does need to be out. We are the platform for
Yeah.
that.
Well, I've heard about a couple of bogus raids, wrongful houses that they did, but I haven't heard of this one. And it's crazy.
This one.
Right, because but they do messed up raids all the time. They done had a few of them on news. They done busted the wrong house, had the kids down on the ground, put guns to the kids' head, all kind of stuff. But yeah, this one, I mean, all of them are bad. Don't get me wrong.
And then what we forgot to mention on this one is that, but he had on the person they were looking for had on an ankle monitoring device.
Wow.
He had on a low jack.
He had on a low jack.
And it was next door. They said he probably was over there listening like, this shit crazy.
So he was in the building?
Yeah, next door. They was at the wrong address. Yeah, and
He probably thought they were fucking that lady up.
In the house, the monitor said on green. Where he supposed to be, watching them look for him.
So I wonder what she done did.
Yeah.
What were they looking for you?
but he heard her because it was like an older apartment. So
How many units was in the building?
Huh?
How many units?
It was a bunch. It was like one of them hotel setups, like a motel.
Wow.
It looked like a motel one where you could just walk up on any door or whatever. And so he had to hear her screaming like, that's the wrong person, he don't live. And he must be over there like, these niggas tweaking tonight. I ain't finna pop out my front door and correct the motherfucking thing.
Right, but it's sad, and I hope she gets the justice she deserves. She deserves to be rich. CP.
She deserves to be rich.
Yeah, because that's way embarrassing. That's embarrassing. And you know that dude something to
I am
people.
traumatized for the rest of my life. I can no longer perform my duties as a social worker
She
because
probably
I'm
ain't got
socially
she probably ain't had sex since then.
Hold on, so she was naked for 20 minutes?
She was naked the whole time they was there until that lady officer came up in there and took her back into her room and took her clothes.
How long was it?
20 minutes. And then that's when they got the clothes on
The
her.
video was 20 minutes. Now, she gonna get $1 million per minute.
Doubt it.
No, I guarantee that one.
Cause how long is a minute standing
Bro,
there?
they don't give people who did 20 years.
You fight for 2 minutes and you be tired.
I don't know people do 20
I know
years.
multiple guys that done did 20 plus for shit they ain't do, and they got more than 20. I know multiple.
Some people want. Some of y'all need my lawyer number.
Give it to me.
Hey, look, I guarantee when she done with them, she gonna get 20 plus.
Greg L. Smith.
That shit.
Attorney at law.
So how much would you think was suitable? So cuz said 20
Nothing
minutes.
is
What would you
suitable.
want for
Per
yourself?
minute.
Nothing
For
is
myself,
If it was
that's
you.
not a fair question because I'm thinking.
everything.
I'm
Everything
thinking,
they got.
I'm thinking Mahomes' salary numbers. You dig what I'm talking about? When you do me like that, I need 200 million. Cause you done ruined, I feel like that because you done robbed the world of what I was gonna do for the world in my ventures.
True.
So now I'm not even doing it, I'm sure.
What was her? She was a social worker, right?
You see what I'm
She's
saying?
probably making like 70 to 100,000 a year. So
There's no say what
she need that for the next 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Because she
traumatized, like, you know,
Yeah, think about it.
the embarrassment and everything. The embarrassment alone should get her more than should get her way more money.
But that's what I'm saying. Like now here's where our justice system civilly is messed up because how do you put a number?
You can't put a number on that. There's no amount of money that
And for you to put a number on it disrespects what the actual number is.
And now how can she even work? Because social workers are supposed to work in tandem with law enforcement. It's like, I can't fuck with y'all no more.
Right, because y'all did me wrong.
Because in the right space, y'all will treat me like I'm trash.
Yeah. I bet you if they were in a specific other type of neighborhood and that transpired in that type of manner, the dignity would have definitely been upheld.
Period.
It definitely would.
Definitely. And that's what they said during the video. The lawyer who was speaking on the news, like, come on now, if you bust in on a white woman naked, y'all ain't just like, whatever. Because she was standing there before they ever got the cover.
Yeah.
So y'all wouldn't just walk in, cuff a naked white woman, she's screaming, crying, what's going on, and y'all just walk off and start searching her crib. Y'all, they would never do that. Never.
Never.
No age.
Yes.
From 20 to 80, they not doing it.
That would have happened. The story would have been out the next week.
Facts.
And she would have
She
been.
had her lawsuit made the week after that.
What? They'd have been settled.
It's terrible that she had to go
And
through
she
all
was a
this.
social worker. White
Decades to
social worker.
settle the community, our community's disputes with the city. They disputes with the city is settled immediately.
Facts. They don't have to try to get their shit to go viral on social media and all the stuff we have to do to get the word out. They don't have to do none of that.
Yeah.
It all get fixed behind closed doors.
And this is facts. I'm trying to hit that other stuff y'all talking about. If you got an issue with what I just said, it's facts.
It's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, we've always seen the disparity of how things swing. You see it. You see it.
Dave Chappelle covered it years ago when they was like calling in to say, I'm gonna turn myself in tomorrow. But then they kicked in the black man though and killed the dog, and it was supposed to be satire, but it's a reality. Like, their experience with the justice system for the same crimes is totally different.
Yeah. So it's impossible, you know, to understand, you know, when you want equality in a country where everything is geared for it not to be equal, that means you have to redo the whole system.
Yeah, because crime.
So anyway, you're gonna keep putting a patch over this instead of just, okay, we want equality across the board.
Yeah.
What we have to do is get rid of the inequality in the standing system. So the system needs to be removed and a new system needs to be rebuilt that is across the board equal.
And we ain't gonna never have
Yeah.
it.
And you know what? Somebody was like, having a
That's the only
racist.
way to do it. You have to do it in mannerism. I hear you saying it'll take too long, but you patching it took 400 years.
Yeah.
And I think you
You're
have to
patching
do the offense. Like, white
over
people get
400
offended when they think you saying that they got it easy. They so offended they can't even look into it. Like, you refuse to look into it. But a racist system doesn't mean what they say, race is in the system. No, it means that this is set up for you to win and for me to lose. It's like playing a game with a friend. Like, you my friend, but hey, the way this game is set up, you winning every time and it's not fair.
Prime example, George Floyd, knee on his neck, no gun whatsoever, fake $20 bill possibly in the store. And then you got the white boy, big ass motherfucking AR-15 shooting everybody, come turn himself in, don't get knocked to the ground or nothing. Prime example. I mean, it's
It's
just,
always like that. And then they've had those shows where they show a little black boy messing with bikes and every white person stopping them like, excuse me, is that yours? But then they see a little white boy doing the same shit with a bike on the same block and they just walk on by. It's the assumption of
I saw a
guilt.
video that was even more extreme than that. In the video, they had a white guy walking down the middle of the street with an AR. Out.
I saw that one too.
Walking down the street. Someone called the police. Some police showed up and had a whole conversation with this dude walking with an assault weapon, automatic assault weapon, down the middle of the street, in the middle of the day.
Yep.
They rolled up and had a whole conversation without even pulling their pistols.
Not even a let's talk like this.
Black dude come right behind him and do the same thing. SWAT.
I was gonna say SWAT.
Everybody showed up with it out.
Already.
With it out. The person videoing it was telling them, hey, what's all this for? He has a right to do this. He has the stuff to do this, the paperwork to do this. They wasn't trying to hear none of that. None of that. They showed up, squatted up, rifles and pistols out.
I saw that.
Burping and everything. So we already understand what it is.
Yeah.
That one depiction shows you it's two Americas.
Facts.
yeah.
And this was somebody was just doing to prove.
It was on like that.
That's exactly what they was on.
What was the name of that show? But they was doing this for a minute, just showing a white person doing something to a black person, trying to get into a car. Or they had all these different scenarios back to back.
Of
And
course,
people
it was
was
exactly what it was for.
Yeah.
So heighten
And this
America's
is what
awareness
was like 5
of what
years
it
ago.
is out here.
When was that? Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, real story. Real story.
So what do we do about perception? Because perception is perception is perception. If you've made black scary, or even in like the movies, like the dark people is the bad ones, the dark hair is the bad ones, even when they white, the ones with the blonde hair is the good ones. Like it's just constant. It's just
You have
constant.
been brainwashed.
Yeah.
We have people, America is the greatest. And they always talk about how propaganda was during the World War and how Germany was using propaganda throughout to make everybody believe they was winning the war and so on and so forth. Propaganda begets propaganda.
Facts.
Where is the propaganda in the propaganda? Maybe it was the other way around. Our country been brainwashing people. It's always been us. They got this joint on brainwashing.
Yeah, they did.
You did? So they've been doing this since forever. That's been their trick. That's been their claim to fame from day one.
The old switcheroo.
You know what I'm talking about? Look at it. Look how they transpired.
Yeah.
And they understand their leverage as well. They know what their privileges are. It's been embedded in them.
What about
It's been
those who
taught
say they don't
throughout.
know, that they don't feel like they have privilege?
Yeah, let's see. You know, at the end of the day, that's what that video was doing. It was clearing up the let's see.
Right.
It was definitely cleared up the let's see. And in those obvious distinctions, people still try to turn a blind eye.
Right.
People still trying to
Because the
say it
people
was
standing on
staged.
top of the table don't want to see the table flipped over.
No,
Straight
people-
like
that's
that.
exactly right.
Period. If I'm owning this motherfucker and this is all benefiting me,
Yeah.
and you talking about, well, it's not fair. Why the fuck fair?
Yeah.
I'm coming up. I'm gonna keep coming up. Yeah, so you have to like wrestle their ass off the motherfucker. They're not gonna jump down voluntarily from a system where they winning. Who do that?
Yep, you're right.
Definitely not doing that.
You know how it goes.
They like
Don't want to
equality.
do nothing off
They
their-
have to start allowing us to create our own reservations.
Yeah.
It's like the Indians, man. We got to create our own spaces.
And being that a black man discovered this city specifically,
Kind of fucked up.
DuSable, like we should have like little guaranteed like pockets that are profitable and well funded. Let me add that in. Because that was the whole
Every
thing.
Indian reservation have either one or multiple casinos on it.
And then they be having a lot of grants too. Their kids go to school for free, college for free. Like there's
get
certain
checks.
things set up for them to succeed.
They get money every month for certain,
So
for
why-
whatever they want to do because it's just their money because
As
that's
long as
what
they
you
live on
are.
a reservation, they get money.
I'm going over there with them. To my cousins.
To my cousins. And what would a reservation for us look like? Like it wouldn't look like theirs because we have a different culture. But how would we set something like that up?
That'd be hard to do because you got so many people out. You got these damn fools. We killing each other.
Say that again.
We killing each other. You gotta get the ones that you
It'd
gotta.
be something established like Black Wall Street was.
Yeah.
Like everything that is by us, for us, and funded by us, you know, it has to be that, because
That's definitely another concept what you just said. Like you know, where they formed this situation where we were integrated. We were all brought in, and under that pretense, you know, money got integrated. But when the money was freely left in our community, we thrived in all situations. From what you talking about that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, to what we had here in Brownsville.
hold on, we had Jewtown too. You know, they shut Jewtown down, but Jewtown used to do its thing.
I ain't never been in Jewtown where it was black-owned businesses in Jewtown. There was a lot of black people in Jewtown, but I ain't never recognized any of them businesses in Jewtown being owned by blacks.
So Jewtown was set up for black people.
But point being though, that money ain't staying in our community. I was talking about like with what you were saying, what happened with Black Wall Street, the original
I'm saying,
Black Wall
instead of them changing Jewtown to Chinatown, it could have been changed to something else that benefited black people.
Black folk town.
True story. But
And
in
you
that
know what?
concept, they won't let us stay in that position where they'll allow Chinatown money to stay in Chinatown and allow them to bank within them systems and grow themselves to where they become a pretty strong money power in the society in which we live as a community. But every time our community try to create a situation where our money puts us in that same position, they tear it down. They bust it up. History tells it.
Yeah.
Anytime we try to create our own banking system and keep our money within our own community, somehow, shape, or form, some come about to bust it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody did something illegal, or somebody did something, not to say they're finding things and
Yeah.
finding reasons to bust it up.
Oh, finding out that they black.
You got a
That's
whole
what
little
they-
Ukraine up there. Where do you think that money's staying? In Ukraine village.
And you know it
You know what I'm
rotates
saying?
through the same
You know, they
dollars.
doing
So it's
that.
in the black
Literally,
community.
where that money staying?
In Louisville.
But I don't know, they gotta bust it
And
up.
then the dollar leave immediately. That's why it's important to buy black, because in the black community, once the dollar is made, it leaves the community.
It leaves.
But in other communities, they dollars stay in rotation from 6 to 26 times before it ever goes anywhere, if it even leaves.
And don't use the excuse that our community is drug infested and our community and our money is both. All them other places I just named, they crookeder or even more. They money not only funding their stuff here, they funding it back at their crib too.
Yeah.
And it's sad to
So
say, though,
they'll pull that. If you had anything to say against what I just said, I knew you was gonna throw that. But the drug, you know how people do it.
Of course.
But you know your community is always drug infested and gang infested.
No,
Those
it's
other
fucked up people
communities have the
infested, is what
same
it is.
situations,
Yeah.
but their
Everybody.
situations become international because they leave shores with their money.
Yeah.
And sends it back to fund other stuff back in other countries. So you can't use that as a technicality, because all of those communities I just named got their own underworld,
Yeah.
their own black markets created about
Yeah.
it. But y'all ain't up there kicking the doors and serving wrong warrants.
Look, the whole South and West Side and East Side should be black people reservations.
I agree, and let them have the north side. That's what they want.
Yeah.
And when we say that, we're talking about white people who are racist and who are not allies. We know not all white people are bad. Please don't get in our comment section acting like we don't know that. We like white people.
Not what we're saying.
This thing is, the thing is, they don't want us to succeed as people. They only want the others
and
to
the proof is
succeed.
in.
They don't want us to win. They don't want us to have ownership over anything, not even ourselves.
Right.
So they don't want us to have nothing. Prime example, my guy friend was trying to go buy a club. They found out he was black and shut him down.
Instantly.
No, he came
I
back.
went into a lot of that.
It's
Now that is a whole nother story
Yeah,
for a whole
it's
nother
sad.
thing we'll talk about as a topic of the day. Because I personally ran into those issues last year, right before the COVID hit, which it turned out to be a blessing. But I was having those issues trying to get people to lease us places for a certain business idea that we had. And we're telling you, we got the money in, we could pay up for a certain amount of time, but people were still denying us once they laid eyes on us.
Yes, and that's
They
what
were
it is.
denying us once they laid eyes on us, and then they stopped even returning calls. And we're showing up there in button-ups and khakis. Ain't no tats on nobody. Ain't no reason for them not to believe we were professionals. They're for a professional business.
Absolutely.
And once they laid eyes, when we went to those places to look at the facility, when they saw who they were dealing with, we didn't get callbacks, we didn't get response to emails. None of that.
You got to say your boy Jake up there. You know,
I had to do
Jake. Once you say Jake, they gonna give it to Jake. They gonna give it to Jake.
Yeah, well, that's a more in-depth conversation we have later. Because I had one dude tell me some outlandish stuff on the phone. And I'm calling, asking him about this place up on North Avenue with Blue. And that was something we need to talk about. So what he said to me, I was like, "What? You was standing right here." But boy. But anyway, on to the next. I don't want to say what I say. That's for a whole segment, my dude. That's a whole segment.
We're gonna need a special segment for that.
Yeah, that's a segment. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste that segment. That'd be a whole 40-minute conversation. And you will remember it, because I talked to you about it. And you snapped on the phone about it when I told you about it. So
I personally know what you're talking about.
you snapped on the phone like, boy, and your response to everything is, man, we should beat that.
I really want to see everybody.
His response, boy, you know where he at?
His favorite thing.
Y'all like,
His favorite thing.
Cause like, man, you know where he at? But that was Island's my man. So, but you remember it, though, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole segment on how we getting blocked out and getting into the money. That's something that we gonna talk about as a topic.
Right.
You know, that's straight up. Straight up the roadblocks we go through here.
Yeah. Speaking of topics.
Right.
How about that COVID?
So we all know at the beginning of this pandemic, they told us, hey, give it a couple weeks now. We coming up on March again. Now, COVID was a thing in like January, February, but the quarantine started last March. So we basically 2 months from it being a solid year. So how is everybody feeling? What are some of the challenges that we've incurred emotionally, financially? And how do we help one another as a community, especially the Black community, through times like this? Because these are some really hard times.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this. Business-wise, I'm up like 60%. So it's been lovely for me.
Right, true.
I've been winning.
One man trash is another man's trash.
Yeah.
It's crazy to realize how much money can be made even in, but that's hustling black man. So that's black man understand what they go, you know, what business to go into to where it's COVID proof. Goddamn.
Yeah.
COVID.
Me personally, I've been working. Like, now my side stuff ain't stopped.
Let's talk about how it affects you socially, though. How does it affect you socially?
So,
moving around, how y'all moving around?
well, okay, so, well, me, I didn't go out and kick it like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I do miss going to the bar a little bit. The one little bar I used to go to, you know. But, like my friends.
Ain't you a motorcycle club? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a social club.
It's a little social. Okay.
We be social with each other.
Yeah, because I remember Adrian was a club. I remember he was telling me DJing in a couple of them.
Yeah, he was
opportunity to come kick it. So you so social. That was important. That's important. I say that to say for a minute for what she just said about the social club. Go ahead.
But like I didn't go out. I don't go out to clubs and stuff like that anyway. So it don't make no difference. Like I do like a little bar or something where the old people go. You gotta be like 35 and older. Not saying I'm 35, but you gotta be 35 and older to get up in there. You know. But I like to see the older people faces and stuff like that. Not getting the chance to hang out with your old people no more. You know, it's just like wow. I hope they doing okay. You know what I'm saying? So you just check on them every now and then. But like as far as my friends, they got their own places, so I go to their crib and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, I don't go out in packs. Like I don't do that because somebody always starting some shit, and everybody can't fucking fight, bitch. I'm not fighting your fight.
Damn, bitch, I'm not fighting your fight.
If you start that shit, you gonna finish that shit.
Hey, we gonna have to get really into our technical skills. So in the middle of the video, when you say quotable and I go quotable, we get quotable and the exclamation coming out because she just threw one out there. Then like, bitch, I ain't fighting your fight.
Not, especially not if you start that shit. If you didn't start it, and you know it's like trying to keep out like, no, you know it's not worth it. Still in the middle. It's not worth it. Don't waste your time. Beat that ass. You know, but no, on some real shit. I mean, I've been good. I mean, as long as I get to see my family, that's what matters to me most.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, we definitely haven't been able to have as many get-togethers as we normally would have. So socially, it's been tough. Been tough on my end at least. I'm sure it's been tough on a lot of other people too. Relationship-wise, it's been messing with a lot of people. They spend too much time with the person that they're supposed to be with, and it's not normal contact for a lot of people. So, but as far as me personally, I mean, I've been moving around doing my thing. It hasn't really affected me much. As far as business-wise, like I said, I've been up. So I'm always busy myself. So I don't have any issues with it. Just with the sanitation thing, I've always been a germaphobe, so that's definitely nothing new. Definitely nothing new. So I've been good through the whole thing. Just gotta keep my mouth clean.
That motherfucker don't say this nigga car wet. And then he the only nigga car be dry in the rain. Oh, I wanna know what he got.
He got an
dude, man, it's amazing.
He got a Cabrella.
Like, dude, man, to be in the business he is amazing. What about you, social? Because I know you're very sociable. So what happened?
I am. You know what? It's been hard. It was hard on me at first, definitely, because I spent the year in Arizona and I was pretty lonely down there. You know, it was cool, but it's like I was like, I'm finna go home. I'm finna be doing this, doing that. And I came home and literally 12 days later was like, and bitch, no one's going nowhere.
Right.
And it was a rough atmosphere to come home to. And then like I do better work in person, so I have been consistent in my income, but working from home is totally different. Like I work with students at a certain university, and I like for a student to be able to come into my office and we talk, just stop by, knock on the door. Like that's kind of like where I thrive. But answering 75 emails a day, like from my bedroom, the shit is horrible.
Send me some, I answer.
It's just not even the same setup. It's like my job is just admin now, just admin, and it used to be so much about rapport, and I miss it. Like I like getting on the train. I like going downtown every day. Like I like going to work. So it's been unideal for an extrovert, you know, period. Because I like the students. That's why I do what I do. And then the dating scene, because when I came home, I'm like, oh, let me be a little boo. Hell no. There wasn't no boos to be had. I got one now, but then the whole unconventional dating, like going on to a date nap and trying to see what that's like, because you ain't gonna run into nobody at the club. And that's kind of like how I met my guy. Well, see, but I was single during the height of COVID, so I tried something new, it worked out for me or whatever. But just those two things, like the social aspect and work, and then just being a single person. They're single, and you got a buddy, and they're single. Like you're not seeing anybody, you ain't got shit going on, you trying to meet somebody, and then you stuck in the house for 7 months. Like that's a whole different animal. And I've also seen people post back up with people that they had broke up with at the beginning of the year because like shit, you can't meet nobody else. I done seen a few people been back, but I didn't even have no been back option.
Come on back.
She said she had no been back.
I ain't had no been back option. I had to get out there and find them.
They out there talking about, man, it wasn't that bad as we thought. Come on back.
You cool, we can work it out. Natural pandemic that hit. I know what you mean to me. Yeah, so people been getting back on, you know, so.
It's been pretty scary to me, to the point working in the medical field for as long as I've been in, and you just understanding that you're watching people get sick in every form of life.
Yeah.
And the fear of having to rely on someone else's habits to not be passed on to you is difficult for me because, I mean, the cases, COVID, have spiked if we've seen it. Initially, the separation part that is, well, it really wasn't nothing to me because, like Cuz said, I'm an extrovert, but I'm also an introvert. I can be in both places and be cool, you know. And my family, actually, amazingly, they dealt with that well, and I didn't see that coming. And me and my girl got stronger. Definitely didn't see that coming. And then when they partially opened up, that's when my anxiety hit. Because then from that point, you're kind of sort of interacting with people and everybody you look at you like, did you wash your hands? Not even just do you got it, did you wash your hands? Who did you touch prior to you touching that I have to touch now? Type stuff. And you find yourself in a whole totally different way of judging people. Something we did not really need as a society to be added on to.
We did not.
So now we found something else to look at somebody funny about. And we're all guilty. And the problem with that is it forces us to do that, or we're being irresponsible. Yeah. And that's what's messed up. Now you're forcing us to look at people messed up because it's detrimental to your house care. Yeah. To the people that's in your home that you could possibly be bringing them back home, like with us. We have to literally be in trust with each other. And even here, we sanitize. Yeah. So we have to be in trust with one another to go back to your family, stay here with your family, my family. And we all, I'm sure, don't love the family no more than each other do. Right. That's how we do it. And I can imagine, I know the love for your daughter. I know the love for you. I know the love for your girl. I know the love for mine. And y'all, here's the thing that's real cool. We all understand the cross love of it. And we don't want to do nothing to harm one another. Right. You know, but yet we so the trust is there, but the trust ain't with her neighbors. Right. The trust ain't with your neighbors, your neighbor. And these other people out here who don't seem to believe that COVID is real. So it's difficult. Yeah, and it's difficult.
Thousands of people die every day and still ain't real.
It's difficult because you could meticulously think you on point, but just that one time you forget. Because I caught myself the other day and I was annoyed and mad at myself because I literally came in the house after going to get my son something to eat, and I made a couple other stops to get somebody else something to eat. In my mind, I always sanitize inside the car, and I didn't. And I came right upstairs, and then took a fry and put it in my mouth, and I felt like, damn.
Oh shit, man!
I got it.
You know what I'm saying? So,
You ain't gonna get tested?
No, I just waited it out.
He said, oh shit, man.
You know how we do it, and I'm waiting it out. If I don't get a sore throat or tingle nose, something like that, you know what I'm saying, I'm fighting through. But I'm gonna go swallow half a bottle of apple cider vinegar. That apple cider vinegar knock everything out your system.
It's a kill all.
But in March, it was March or April, you actually thought you had it.
No, it was February, right before the shutdown. Yeah. Because nobody knew what it was then. I got extremely sick. Right at the bare back of February. Before everybody had the big COVID, it hadn't even really been nationally brought out. You know, you had to be watching the news and be wondering what is that, but it wasn't national. Remember, basketball was still going on. That was doing the All-Star break just before it.
COVID Day.
So matter of fact, that's a whole lot. That was at the end of January then, leading into her birthday, leading into that back end right before All-Star. Cause I was right there, and I was super friggin' sick, and it was a sickness I had never felt before. And I'm not a sickly person. I hadn't had the flu in years. So when that joint hit me, I immediately, being in the field I was in, separated myself from my family. I immediately did that because my girl got sick, and I really wasn't around her. But what happened was my brother and somebody else was sick, and I took them to the doctor, and being in the car with them, I think, got me sick. And my brother and my daughter. And what happened was, that followed, I felt the scratchiness in my throat, and then it just progressively got worse. And then all of a sudden, temp, throat hurt, aches, turned into problematic breathing. This is before people said what it was. And boom, leading in, when I finally started to feel functioning, I immediately disconnected myself from my family when I felt it coming, because I didn't want my baby, who was a preemie. I didn't know how strong his immune system. I didn't want him affected. I didn't want the house infected. So I own a 2-flat. So my mind said, man, get yourself away. And this way you listen to your intuition, because my mind told me when it first started, man, get away from your family. And I did. I listened to it. I went downstairs and stayed on the whole first floor by myself. And it did. I went through it. I went through it, but me being in the field, I also understood what to bring my immune system up, to understand what I needed to do to bring it up and to sweat it out. Because she had just went to the doctor and they told her, we don't know, we think it's some type of virus, but we think it's some type of virus, but we really don't know. And they gave them up to different things, but they just said it pretty much got to run its course. So I knew
how
there was
y'all
no
feel
safety.
about vaccinations?
I personally,
I'm not taking the vaccine.
No, me.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what it do to the first few matches. You know what I'm saying? Well, I've been taking flu shots, so it really been doing my thing. Again, me being in the field, I mean, I understood what the benefits of that was, but with this being something that nobody know about.
And you know, the problem is that it's the unknown. When people say it's like the flu, I'm like, you're right. But when the flu first hit, millions of people died multiple times. It was one wave and the second wave. So yeah, it's like the flu, but it's like the flu when it first hit. Like we not 100 years past it or 150 years past it to feel so comfortable with it.
True story.
Because how many flu vaccinations have there been? That shit have been revised a billion times. So to hop in on the first wave of this shit, you gotta be a braver soul than me.
Right.
So what don't y'all like about what don't y'all like about COVID? I don't like that.
What don't we like about COVID? Oh, you mean?
I'm talking just like
what the restrictions? The restrictions of COVID.
I don't like that we gotta wear masks all the time. This shit can't.
I think it should be optional.
I don't think it should be optional.
I think it should be optional. If you feel sick or if you feel it'll protect you. Wait, first I was confused because at first they were like it was to protect you, but then it was like it was to protect others. So which one is it?
Both. You can keeping it in and keeping it from coming in, and you going out.
Okay, so because at some point they was on there saying that it didn't help you not get it, it just made sure that you was protecting others. So for that, I could understand it.
Yeah, it's gonna stop it. But what it is with the mask is,
because you still breathe the air.
It keeps you from whatever is in you staying in you, and it keeps what's up on the outside of you from going in you.
Okay, because it was saying that you can still breathe it in.
Both ways.
Oh, okay.
If you can breathe, but a real mask shouldn't allow too many,
and what's a real mask? Because they got the medical ones, and then they got all the girly ones and cute ones, and they got bandanas now. And so
it's the mask that can filter. Usually, you really want to know. I mean, it's like the mask you get from hospitals, a filtered mask.
So the other mask,
the ones you get from the Dollar Tree, it prevents, but it doesn't all just. It ain't
it's
no.
Not that great. You got to wear like 2 or 3 of those.
Because a lot of the people making them, selling them, they don't understand
exactly. They're not medical professionals.
Medical professionals, so. It's different layers to that story, but at least the prevention of it as best you can.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to search for. But that's what I'm saying.
Now they got shirts that you could just roll up over your face. And I thought it was odd when I seen those. I'm like, y'all said this was gonna end in a couple months and y'all coming out with whole clothing lines?
Yeah.
So they must have already knew it. Because you're not gonna mass produce no roll up the face shirts for something that's going on 6 weeks. So certain people in the clothing industry already
they capitalizing on the opportunity. I ain't mad at like you gonna roll out when you see opportunity because they waited out. You see a lot of people jumping on. I mean, that's what we do. You see opportunity gonna jump through. We're gonna be the first one in the dark. You know what it might be. So that's just that hustling mentality. They're like, we gotta wear masks everywhere, indoors too. Oh,
we definitely gotta
start the mask. You know what I'm saying? That's the best.
But if it's gonna be open 2 weeks for the rest of your bread, so they had to know it was gonna be some kind of long period of time. You're not gonna
mask. It was gonna be part of the system regardless because once we found out about the COVID and how to pass and how to deflect it, then obviously they know it's gonna be forever.
Damn.
Until a vaccine is brought out. That's the only way because people still up moving around and this disease is contagious.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to need. You're gonna need the. Why you think it became such an influx on masks and then sanitizer became so moderately controlled?
Yeah.
Right.
What I don't like about it, it's not a restriction. I don't like the fact that you can't look at somebody and tell that they sick.
That's what you don't like about it?
Oh yeah. Cause like if somebody got the flu, you look at them like, damn, they look like shit.
They be fucked up.
Like,
they be fucked up off that flu.
That's when you can
They do.
Off that crack. It's a different animal with that COVID. Though.
All this
Like you said,
asymptomatic
asymptomatic
shit.
people.
Ooh.
And the different types of age brackets in which it can affect and when it don't affect and how it don't. But what's amazing to me is now, at this point where we at, it's a lot of young people catching it too.
Yeah. Speaking of young people,
they getting sick.
the 13-year-old. Remember?
Oh yes.
So
With that story.
there was a 13-year-old that actually contracted the virus, and he actually passed away from it. Wow, it's crazy because he was super young, but they said a Missouri teen sprayed blood on the hospital walls while dying from COVID. So his mom, the reason how they got the pictures were his mom actually took pictures of the stuff
After the fact.
of the walls and stuff after the fact, after he died, but he was hemorrhaging in his chest
Right.
from something that they were giving him, trying to help him survive, and it didn't work. And so blood was just flying out of his mouth like.
Projectile.
And we've
Jesus,
been
it's crazy.
directly affected by COVID. We've had family members with it.
Yeah.
And they had to fight back from it. That was literally hospitalized.
Yeah,
And had to be on a-
supposedly passed away from it.
Yeah, we got
We had another one that fought through it but was in critical.
Yeah.
And he close family members. So,
Yeah.
it affected a lot of people in a lot of different ways. I read an article on a basketball player who literally lost anywhere from 5 to 9 people in his family from it. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that's getting hit across. This was a bloody year anyway, though.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many people pass away and still passing away COVID and non-COVID related.
A lot.
This 2020 been Black 20.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm copyright there in case y'all trying to steal it.
Debo,
Yeah.
Chadwick,
Yeah.
Kobe.
It's been a whole lot of.
A lot of people.
It's been a hard year.
Yeah, the COVID-19 led into the Black 20, man.
Yeah. This year has been
You gotta
terrible.
trademark that.
Black 20.
Black 20.
Yeah, man. This was terrible, man.
What I don't like about it is that it's not as much help as people think this is out there. Because, like I said, when I thought I was asymptomatic, the doctor told me to leave and make an appointment. Then when I was trying to make an appointment, it was all filled up for like 2 motherfucking weeks. Then they talk about all these drive-through testing sites. I went to like 3 different spots. They was all like, oh no, we ain't doing that no more. But the website say something different. Then I went to one spot, the lady was like, well, you gotta call and make the appointment. And then she's like, but if we don't answer, which we won't, just keep calling back till you get through to make. That's what she told me.
You know what? And my mother said that, you know what? That's what I don't like about this COVID-19 stress. It allows people to be extremely fucking lazy.
Yeah.
This COVID-19 has allowed everybody not to do their job across the world.
Sure, that's what she told me.
Like, it's amazing what people will contribute to being COVID-19. I had a manager at Planet Fitness tell me yesterday I couldn't wear my backpack inside Planet Fitness because of COVID-19 restrictions. Get your goof ass out of here.
I saw them tell somebody
I've
that.
been in nursing for 25 years. COVID ain't got nothing to do with no backpack. A backpack.
And they like all the
I checked the hell out of them too. I checked. They told me on phone. I told you I was gonna call you back and check the hell out the manager leaving the gym.
It's
What
inside
you
the
talking
water
to?
bottle.
The man told me. He told me I couldn't bring in anything over a gallon jug into and he told me that too. They call it COVID.
The one by Walmart, right?
The one by Walmart.
Yeah,
before it's
I was
out.
just there. And you know, all their lockers is locked down, so.
So I can't come in. It's December. It's 30-something degrees outside. You telling me I can't bring my bag in?
So you gotta wear your sweaty clothes outside.
So I gotta wear my sweaty clothes back outside of here and be sick because I can't come in here with a bag.
Oh, you gotta bring your clothes in here.
For $20 a month?
You gonna catch pneumonia and COVID.
Yeah.
Wow, leave it.
Yeah. That's what I like, man. COVID has allowed people to really scale back on their standards.
You gonna have COVID-20. Fuck around with COVID-19.
20.5.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, saying you allow people to use COVID as an excuse for them to cut their employees back, save money, and then in turn have the people that's there give them an excuse not to perform at standard. We ain't even gonna say above standard because of the situation, because I would feel if you're in a situation where you're going through a pandemic, wherever you're working and you're allowed to work, that's considered essential. That means you are part of something that's important to the function of people's everyday life.
Yeah.
And with that being said, you should, I would think morally, would want to exceed expectations in that store, because you never know who's reaching out to you at a time of need.
Right.
And with that being said, that's what irked me about the whole situation. People are scaling back instead of pushing forward. They're servicing, their customer service, the service in which you want the people who are going through a pandemic and willing to spend their money with you, that effort to make them believe that you are important. And we forgetting that part too. Hence, another thing the pandemic is doing is disconnecting us emotionally to one another, because we can't interact with each other. Therefore, we can't establish relationships and have it grow with one another. Therefore, the relationships that we have are deteriorating amongst one another, and we are becoming callous to dealing with each other across the board.
COVID like a solid summary closing thought. What are y'all thoughts?
COVID is causing a whole lot of ass whoopings too, because people think they can get away with shit. For real.
Damn.
For real. They think they get away with shit and think they ain't gonna get caught because of COVID. Oh, bitch, I'm gonna catch you.
Sure.
For real.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Yeah.
COVID.
Ask that girl that did my nails and tried to play.
Zay, what's some of your final thoughts of today? What should the people leave with?
Everybody keep your head up. Don't let this pressing time keep you down, because you gotta definitely keep moving forward. There's a lot of BS going on out here, so just keep your head up, keep moving forward.
I would say it's a damn good year. If you ain't never get no resolutions before, it's the perfect time. I would say go ahead and just start looking toward the future. Get your resolutions in order and be ready to say fuck 2020 low key though.
Black Swan.
I just want to say, CPD, get y'all raid addresses right. Only y'all.
Please. Or don't. Just keep paying out money, whatever you prefer.
My takeaway is, don't let your COVID fatigue forget that there's a lot of people out here in need. And with that, we close on the
What Your Own Podcast.
Thank y'all. Till Tuesday, don't forget.
What's your own?
What's your own? What's your own? Cuz get the button. Cuz get the button.